If you are looking for a job with good benefits, then this is the one for you. The Queen of England is an amazing job. It takes a certain skill to bring about the series of calamities you need to become next in line for the throne. But being the matriarch of the British royal family has some perks. The British monarchy was built over hundreds of years ago and has given Queen Elizabeth II some insane powers. The British law books have privileges that allow the Queen to do crazy things, so we are just hoping that she doesn't do them. If the Queen ever got upset with power, she could have a lot of fun. At number 5 we have on our list, Queen has legal ownership of over all dolphins. It is the legal property of Queen Elizabeth if the dolphin comes within 5 kilometers of the coastlines of the United Kingdom. The Queen owns all fish that are not fish, and that include whales, porpoises, dolphins, and other animals that aren't fish. The law explicitly gives Queen Elizabeth the right to eat them. If someone captures a porpoise, a whale, or any animal that is beached on the shore, Edward Gee demanded that it be in the books since the 1300s. You could fight Queen Elizabeth on the details if she ever tried to apply it. The law states that only a king can demand a full whale. If the Queen requires you give her your whale, then you can just cut off its tail and send it to Buckingham Palace. At number 4 we have on our list, Queen requires mandatory gifts of goblets and roses on special events. He is in a prickly position if Aylesbury invites Queen Elizabeth over for tea. Let's get back to the topic. The contract his family signed with King Edward VI required the Marquis to sound a zero. The hunting horn is made from an elephant's tusk. He has to serve her drinks in ivory goblets and invite her to take them home, or he can lose his property. It seems silly, but the law cost the family their property before. When King George IOA visited, he told him that he had had a nice time, but then declared that he had forgotten to blow his tenure horn. When a King of England comes here, the horn is not blown, and your property becomes forfeited to the crown. He could have taken the property, but King George let him off with a warning. It is not the only weird rule like that. Other lords have to give the Queen roses whenever they see her, as the Marquis of Aylesbury did, or they could lose their property. At number 3 we have on our list, the Queen can eat swans. It is a fact that most of the British people cannot hunt and eat swans because they have never tried it. The man was named Hassan Fiddin, and he learned the hard way after trying it. If Fiddin had seen a swan, he would have ripped its head off, put its bloody body in his backpack, then packed its dismembered body into his freezer. Fiddin figured that this would be fine until the police showed up. The Queen of England is able to slaughter and eat the raw flesh of swans. The monarchy banned citizens from eating British swans after they were ordered to by the 12th century. They just thought swans were delicious and didn't want commoners hogging them all, so they didn't care about animal rights. Queen Elizabeth goes out in July of the year and has swans counted, which is referred to as swan up. The law is still in effect. Hassan Fiddin was fined £120 for being in offenders. At number 2 we have on our list, the Queen can commandeer boats. The Queen has the power to take control of a British ship. If you are a British owner of a yacht, you have the right to make sure that Queen Elizabeth does not see it. She has done it before, so she has to right this time. It did happen, but it wasn't a matter of happenstance. In 1982, the British government took possession of the luxury liner, Queen Elizabeth II, after the cruise ship company claimed that it was the greatest ship in the world. The British military said they needed the ship to invade the Falklands so they could steal it, because cruise lines were better at making ships, so they were going to steal them. It is best not to question the Queen when she is in control of your boat because she has other powers. Queen Elizabeth has the power to take and destroy private property without limitation if she declares a national emergency, so perhaps it is best to let her take your boat. At number 1 we have on our list, the Queen does not require ID. Queen Elizabeth has no passport despite the constant travel involving queening and all business related to queenery. She doesn't need one as Queen of England. The Queen issues all of the British passports. They brought with them a note asking anyone who reads it to allow the bearer to pass freely and without let or hindrance. which they requested in the name of Her Majesty. Since they are issued in her name, Queen Elizabeth doesn't need a passport or ID for that matter. She can buy lottery tickets without proof of her age, and she is also able to drive without a license. So she is easily replaced by a doppelganger if someone is looking for a creative idea. Most world leaders need passports, and the rest of the royal family does too. The American Secretary of State issues U.S. passports, as does the royal family of the Danes. The Queen may not have a passport because she wants to put up a fuss about it, but it may be because she doesn't need a passport in the first place. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was informative. Do comment, subscribe, and like if you want to see more interesting videos.